Yeah, asking questions that show true industry knowledge that's related to what you're doing and that you happen to know the company really cares about. That's really good. Laura, you were gonna jump in?
Yeah. So two things. So sort of to piggyback on what Charles just shared is being able to speak really authentically to why this company's approach or solution is the best in the field. So not just doing your research on, hey, I know who your investors are, or, I know that your team is in 3 different countries, but being able to say, I understand, like, I'm excited about this proprietary technology that you have brought to market. Can you share a bit about X or Y or Z?
Yeah.
And just being able to show that you did more than do a quick Google search, right? But being like, read their LinkedIn history, read any blog posts you can, look for interviews on YouTube, look for podcast interviews. And if you can reference that and say, hey, really loved your interview with X back in February. One thing that really stood out to me was why. And, would love to understand how things have evolved over the past 10 months.
Ooh.
And so just really, you're able to highlight your interest. You show that you really care and you're dedicated to getting work done. And you're also, as Charles mentioned, making somebody feel really good, right? Because they're proud of what they've built and they're able to share information with you. So it's a win-win because you get to learn more and they get to feel really good. So that's one thing for sure.
That's amazing. And also I have to give a shout out to Abby, who honed that technique to build a relationship with the VP at Airtable. Abby, anything that you want to add?
Yeah, so I like doing homework, so I like being prepared, and I will go through a person's profile if they have a Medium blog or if they've been on a podcast. So the head of strategic operations at Airtable was on a guest podcast for this operations Slack community that I'm a part of. So I went and listened, and she was talking about information silos. I listened and I said, I'm going to message her. I listened. I in my message I said, I really enjoyed your podcast episode. Here are my 3 takeaways. I would love to talk more about operations and what you're doing at Airtable and talk more about, information silos and tell you a little bit about my experience. And I got a cold outreach call with the head of business operations at Airtable. So showing that intentional and mindful approach really does pay off. It's more time consuming, but it's all about the relationship building. So she was very, very happy to give me a referral